Hello everybody, welcome to part 15 of Freedom Planet 2. We're finally storming the Bakunawa and are about to take the fight to Murga. But first, we have to go through 6 stages. The first stage, the Bakunawa Rush, a nice title screen in the background. That is the title screen.
Spread out! We cannot allow Murga to trap us again. Right!
It's a short but rather extremely dangerous zone with a lot of enemies. Boss tier enemies, mind you. Some of these guys were indeed bosses before, but now they're standard enemies, but they still have the health bar of a boss. So you will want to skip these guys. If you decide to fight them, then prepare to be here all day. Now, this first part of the stage is kind of dangerous. You're over a bottomless pit for most of it, and you got crime rails like it's Sonic Advance 2. Again with the Sonic Advance references. But unlike Sonic Advance 2, where the game decides, hey, you need to do this specific trick in order to survive and get on with the rest of the game, this game is like, nah, just go to the right, you'll live. That's it. And you know, that's what I like about Freedom Planet 2. It's mostly straightforward for the most part, and then you have Ancestral Forge, but that's that one stage alone. So you never have to worry about that again. Unless if you're doing multiple playthroughs of the game, you have to deal with Ancestral Forge 4 times. But you should get Ancestral Forge at least on your second playthrough, guaranteed. Oh yeah, before I forget, no, you don't need to play the game 4 times in order to get the best ending. You just need the time capsules.
Foolish children! You will die here!
Is it wrong that I sympathize more with Murga than I do the other 3 characters at her side? Especially Seriously, fuck but you got this boss right here, which actually you have to fight 3 times, or twice because Serpentine just swipes in and destroys the 3rd one. But all you need to do is shoot the core that's on its back in order to open the gateway. You will be on an incline for those boss fights, so it does throw off your aiming just a bit. Not really a problem for Neera since you can slam dunk things like Michael Jordan on a Friday night. Look at it, this boss fight is cake with her. Ow, I would have been hurt if I didn't have a shield. But Neera is just that broken. Yeah, a lot of combinations with the potions are just broken in this game. I mentioned the one for stronger shields and the attack up, but there's also one for cheaper stocks. Whenever you get crystals, you'll work towards a 1-up. I think it's 200 crystals to get a 1-up actually. But if you get cheaper stocks, then... Thanks, Serpentine! That's the only time he helps out, by the way. But for the cheaper stocks, the more you use that potion, the more the quota for crystals to lives decreases. So you can pretty much get a shit ton of lives in one stage. Now, unfortunately, the lives don't carry over between stages. But it is nice to freaking get like 10 lives in any given stage. That is awesome. Oh god, it's Babe Ruth again. Home run! I don't even watch baseball like that. Oh. Baseball is realistically one of the most boring sports I've ever seen, so nah, I'm good. Look, here's how you can get me to watch baseball. I watched The Sandlot. That's it. The Sandlot is a good baseball film. Anyway, here are these cannons you need to enter in order to proceed with the rest of the stage. They'll bust you through the walls. The walls of Jericho! Oh wait, wrong thing. That's something completely different. You got the soundtrack to this stage, that's always going to be there. And also another question. Are these characters breathing in space? That was a plot point in the first game, they couldn't breathe in space back then. Unless if you're going to make the argument that they're technically in low orbit, but look at the background, they're at least at medium Earth orbit. And even then, you'll still have a hard time breathing in low orbit. So it's a little weird how the characters are suddenly superheroes again. Oh well, it was never an issue in the Sonic games. Breathing in space since 1992. Bakunawa Rush's soundtrack it's alright. It's not one of my favorites, but it does enhance the mood of final level. Or one of the final levels, there's like 6 of them. The Bakunawa stages just completely devour, no pun intended, the final Dreadnought stages by a lot. You got more bosses, more insane hazards, more enemies, and last of all, you got Honestly, I could have left out of that list and nothing would have changed, but here he is. This boss fight is kind of easy. It's easy in the sense that you can get the laser to fire wherever you're not anymore, so there's that. But this part is more challenging in that you have to stand in a specific place in order to not get fired upon. You still have that one laser that tracks onto your location, but again, you can just move out of the way at the last second. Oh my goodness, it's motherfucking Sonic Spinball. Say what you will about that game, it is, that's an interesting one. Anyway, the boss fight turns into pinball and you have to go into, basically run as is what you need to do. You're not plagued with clunky controls like you were in Sonic Spinball, so boss fight way more manageable here. And you have 2 ways to attack them, basically with your character attacks, or in ball form you can just straight up run into Damn dirty ape. He's gonna be back in the next level. Just watch. Just watch.
Is everyone okay?
Roger, roger.
I am unable to contact Serpentine or Mila.
Sorry,
I'm right here.
I was just unpacking my things.
You do realize the urgency of our situation, correct?
Chill out, scary lady. Some of us need a pick-me-up.
Fine, but be quick.
I want to pick me up. Let's go to this rest area. Now, this is the smallest hub in the game. Serpentine's ship it's something, but you can also talk to the characters here too. Freedom Planet 3, I have a feeling it's going to be a space adventure. Guaranteed, it has to be. At least so we can see Torque again. Good old Torque chasing Brevin across the universe. Actually, that should be its own game, but more on that later. Or maybe not, I don't know. You can access Mila's shop here. It's more of the same stuff from earlier, but if you haven't gotten stuff from the shop, then now's the time. Yeah, let's just buy everything. The world's ending in a few seconds, so buy everything in the shop. Buy the accelerator, buy the healing strike, buy the cheaper stocks, buy the extra stock, and we should be good. We should be good. To answer your question, Carol, yes. This place is way larger than the freaking final Dreadnought. Bakunawa is huge. Anyway, here's the refinery room, which is really just a boss-only stage, but you're fighting against Eskel and which is kind of weird that Eskel doesn't really get his own solo fight. He has to share it with but gets his own solo fight. That's unfair. Call the cops. Eskel's spotlight was stolen. Anyway, here's the dual boss fight between Eskel and and really it doesn't matter who you focus on, you just destroy them both. They deserve it. I will say Eskel is a more dangerous character between the two because of his hitbox. He is a smaller character compared to O's mech. But Eskel also has attacks where he covers a great portion of the screen and rocks. This one here, actually. Yeah, you have to stand in the right spot in order to not get spiked. I think you can tell because of the glow. And wherever you see the glow going, that's where the rocks are going. For the most part, is mainly just a static character. He's really just bouncing around in his mech trying to stomp on you. And the stomps are pretty easy to avoid. Ah, yes, the dynamic screaming duel. At least Eskel sounds cool when he screams. Ah! Don't tell me that does not sound badass. That's a warrior scream right there. But the boss fight doesn't change depending on who's taken out first. It's really just the same shit. Eskel's gonna do his spread attack. Ah is gonna do his usual shtick of bouncing around. Nothing changes.
You fought well. Too bad you're on the wrong side. You lose. Teaming up with the Tarsier made no difference.
No! This was gonna make things right. I was gonna make you see everything I said was right.
Eskel?
I don't have the words. Not anymore. But I still have the strength in my arms. And I thought that if I was strong enough to take you down, then maybe this would all make sense. I thought Murga would help the world. Bring back the balance that was shattered from all the lies and deceit. But this? Unleashing Bakunawa to devour our moon? I didn't want this! Oh, spirits, I didn't want this!
A hard choice, is it not? To remain faithful to one whom you suspect has played a hand in mass suffering. It is not always an easy choice, or even the right choice. But in the end, it is always your choice.
I made my bed. Now I gotta lie in it. It's only fair.
Excellent. Good talk. Where's that Tarsier? You have been there long?
Oh, a while. Anna and I are friends now.
The Tarsier is named Ah.
Hey, friend. What's your name? See?
I have absolutely no time for this distraction right now. Is he trustworthy?
I
No.
just want to see space and do awesome science. Science buddies!
Of course. Carry on then. Just make sure he doesn't science up any more robots.
It looks like we got Eskel and Ah on our side. But what about Corazon? Oh, and also, where's Claw? I have not seen Captain Claw in like 3 parts now. Where's he at? Anyway, welcome to Clockwork... Wait, how do you even pronounce this word? Clockwork Arboretum. Anyway, Clockwork Orange here. It's one of those stages that's kind of like Ancestral Forge, but way more streamlined. It's a long level, but it feels like it doesn't overstay its welcome like Ancestral Forge does. Clockwork Knight kind of varies the different mechanics, which is probably why I said earlier in the playthrough that this and Ancestral Forge should have been swapped, because this feels way easier and way more contained than Ancestral Forge was. That and you're really just going up an elevator just trying to get to the top of the tower. That's the goal of Clockwork Revolution, which may feel a bit tedious, but hey, love the stage theme to Clockwork. Ran out of a nickname for Clockwork Arboretum, but hey, stage theme is good. Sounds kind of like Street Fighter actually, with like a Guile theme or something. Maybe a Ryu theme. This might be my favorite tune in the game. In all honesty, I don't know. There's a lot of favorite tunes. It's pretty much one of those soundtracks where somebody is going to have a different favorite from somebody else. Unless if it's something crazy like the bonus power-up theme or the invincibility theme for that matter. Nobody likes those. In fact, there is a beta invincibility theme somewhere in this game. You could look it up on YouTube, but it doesn't sound good. That's the only song in the game that really sounds bad. But the good thing is, the song is not even in the final game, so your ears are spared. For now, at least. But yeah. The goal of this stage is really just getting the keys for the elevator to move up. There are 8 keys total and 8 floors. Each floor will have its own gimmick, or lack of a gimmick. Sometimes they're just straightforward as getting the key and that's it. Other gimmicks will be more noticeable, like this one room coming up is more like a Mega Man style room, if you could call it that, where you scroll the screen in a haphazard fashion. Like you exit the room and the screen just kind of jumps to the next room, it doesn't really scroll over to the next room, if you know what I mean. It's like if I did this with the video editing. That is what that floor is all about. I believe it's floor 6 or 7. But it's not too bad, it's really just finding our ways around the room. And honestly, the rooms are not even that complicated, it's not a maze or anything. Grab the key and run away from the wyvern. Now, if you're not careful, those wyvern dragon things are really good at stalking you throughout the stage. And that is the Tiger Falls boss, complete with an almost 1-for-1 health recreation of Tiger Falls' boss. So yeah, you want to run away from this one. Unless you want to be here all day. Or die. Hardcore parkour, Carol! Hardcore parkour! Can't believe I did not get hit at all during that whole exchange. Oh, here's the Mega Man style rooms, it's floor 6. But yeah, the game just points you to where you need to go. If you're not going the right way, then there's usually a blockade. Clockwork bullshittery is what this stage should have been called. Actually, no, I like Clockwork Armageddon. It's a good stage. I just wish it was a tad bit shorter, like maybe remove a floor or two, but again, it doesn't overstay its welcome like a certain other stage. But yeah, this is technically the last floor you need to go through to get to the boss. The 8th floor is, well, it's kind of a joke. Here's the joke floor. The key is right there! And you also have like a whole patch of regrowing grass and shrubs and stuff. So I decided, hey, let's have fun cutting the grass. No, seriously, how does this grass regrow itself? I want to know the secrets. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I'll be back to find out later.
can't shake you, can I?
Help us, Corey! I'm begging you!
Corazon, take her down.
What? No, that wasn't the deal! You promised protection!
Protection that I will rescind if you don't find a way to control your sister. Do it now, or I will silence her rebellion myself.
Corey...
I don't have a choice now.
You should have stayed away!
Staying away is not really my calling card. Anyway, Corey boss fight part 2, this time with Carol, and a lot of her boss fight, or at least the first phase of it, is pretty much the same as the first time around. Corey at least has the wherewithal to stay her back to the wall whenever she's firing her gun, so that's good, that's smart. But a lot of her boss is pretty much the same. It's, again, easy. But the second phase, however... I'm free! Free falling! How long is this elevator shaft? We're just falling through the cosmos, and now we're in the engine room. Things get serious when we're in the engine room. Now, Corey phase 2 is no joke. Well, okay, with Carol, she's a joke, but with the other characters, good luck trying to hit her. She's going to be all over the walls, on that platform, in the air, the works. And that's pretty much it. The only real time to hit her is when she's on the platform. And, actually, fun fact, if you have a fire shield, then her spread shot will not damage you. But yeah, that's pretty much it. This is a difficulty spike compared to her first encounter, but it's still manageable. I thought all cats landed on their feet. And Carol's not in the mood to pose right now. But if you're playing as the other characters, they do pose. This game is weird sometimes.
I had it all figured out. The world is toast. But at least I could have saved us. You just had to go and mess it all up.
Newsflash, Corey. If Murga destroys the moon, then what are we going to do? Play card games while we watch the world drown?
At least we'd have each other.
Seriously? When did you become such a coward? Maybe the fight is hard, impossible even, but I'd rather go out fighting alongside my friends than help a giant fish lady kill the world. That's like common sense 101.
Always the blunt one.
No, 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 no. I'll kill you!
Don't be selfish, child. Your sister wanted the two of you together, and now you are. Leave this ship, and you may yet have time to save her.
Mila, come in! I'm bringing my sister. She needs help.
Okay, I'll get my supplies.
Is she gonna be okay?
She should be fine. I gave her a double dose of some of my strongest potions. It might make her a little...
Oh, everything tastes like raisins!
Yeah, she'll need to rest for a while.
I'm glad the raisins gag came back. That was pretty hilarious. Don't feed your cats raisins, by the way. That is bad for them. Anyway, I'll see you guys for part 16 of Freedom Planet 2.